Buffalo Bills made some news. The Buffalo Bills are hiring offensive coordinator Joe Brady to their head coaching position. Mr. G, Mike, I know this has been like a highly debated, highly contested conversation. Was this the right move for Buffalo?
I mean, if you want to keep that offense great as it is, because they were basically scoring more than 25 points per game this season. Obviously, you got MVP Josh quarterback at Josh Allen at the realm, and you got James Cook running the ball as well. He was the top rushing yard leader this year. The offense was just well put together. I think if they would have had even more wide receivers, I think they would have even scored more points than they did this year. But I don't like it because of the fact that you take away Sean McDermott, where he was a great coach for the Buffalo Bills, and when it came to the overall aspect of handling the team, leading them to games to try to get wins. Yes, he's fallen short several times in the playoffs, but he's gotten them there, and he's won multiple games in the playoffs. There's been the kryptonite with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Reed, Patrick Mahomes, whatever it is, but they've gotten to there and they've gotten close to the promised land, right? Now you promote their offensive coordinator who's not going to only be focusing on offense. Now he has to focus on putting the team together, leading them right, have a whole bunch of more responsibilities going on in his head, probably less sleep, probably more work on the field and off the field, in the books, off the books, and maybe the offense won't be run the same because he has so many of these responsibilities in his head, all these stressors in his head. Who knows if their offense is going to be as great? Not saying that they won't. We're going to see what happens, but I just don't like it because you're just promoting him from the OC to the head coaching job. Now he's going to have more responsibility, and you want him to run the offense as well. Might as well just would have kept Sean McDermott and let this guy run the offense and score 30-plus points per game.
Yeah, I can definitely see why. I can definitely see the side of it that that this was a bad move because we were talking about it before. I personally would have kept McDermott at least one more year and have ran this back and figured out the roster. I think the roster was more of the issue. The defense definitely needs to get revamped. That was apparent. But I agree with what you're bringing up too. Is that the wide receivers, man? They need to make some moves, and I think maybe now if Joe Brady's there. And McDermott's out, I think that this season, the Buffalo Bills, I'm not too familiar with their cap space right now, so we can look at that whenever I get closer to the offseason. But having said that, I think they need to make a splash move finally and get another Stephon Diggs style player that they need. Make a trade, do something to get some more wide receiver help in there because that's pretty putrid what they have going on right now. They have some decent players. Shakir is a good player. I like what they have in there. But Brady has also proven that he can lead an offense. And let's face it, the NFL is going more towards offense, it seems, less maybe towards the defense until it actually matters, which is kind of funny that, you know, the Seahawks are in there and the Patriots, and they're both had great defenses, and they're in the Super Bowl, but it makes me talk about it's offense. Having said that, though, Brady each year that he's pretty much taken over as the OC has led the Bills onto bigger and better things. So let's just, for an example, this year in 2025, he was averaging 29.6 points a game, which is second in the league, 367.7 yards per game. And since he's been there too this season, he had the number one rushing ranked rushing offense at 159.6 a game. So Brady seems like he understands the offense and understands how Allen works. But I tend to agree with more with what you were saying. I probably would have kept McDermott around. We'll see how Brady is with this. I mean, as you can see, he's been with the Bills for the last few years from 2022 through 2026, and he's advanced each year, almost getting a new position, and they've gotten better. He was also there with that Joe Burrow-led 2019 LSU Tigers, and there was offense. So the guy understands what he's doing, and he's also at Carolina in 2021. Having said that, man, I don't know. This is definitely an interesting one. I like it. But yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I don't know. I think it's just going to be a weird transition without McDermott, man.
I just hope the offense doesn't go to crap, man. With all the responsibilities and stresses that he's going to have on his head right now, you know, primarily your focus is going to want to be to tune up that defense for sure. But the guy's an offensive mind. Let him remain the offensive side, and that's it. Like, Keep Sean McDermott. Let him run the show. Keep Joe Brady as an OC and bring in a new DC, a good DC that you guys need, because the Buffalo Bills defense for the last 2-3 years have been horrendous.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you for sure. I think that they definitely, since they made this move, they got rid of McDermott. I definitely think they need to make some splash moves going forward, and I think it's going to start with the wide receiving core and the defense, because we all saw what happened in the playoffs. Really, Josh Allen can only do so much. They have some good players. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Buffalo isn't there, but having said that, they need some help. They definitely need some help. I think any diehard Buffalo Bills fan could admit that, is that they need some help. But Allen did a hell of a job with what he had. And let's see, maybe the magic will work, because Brady was the part of the reason why this also started working out for him. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I don't know, man. That one's going to be a very, very interesting going forward. What's going to happen with Buffalo, especially with all the talk too with the GM too. Maybe speaking of the Bills, did you hear the comments that Bean made about Keon Coleman trying to blame that on McDermott? And then now there's video that comes out that's saying that he was excited with the 40 time that he ran. He's like, oh, it's easy for me to pick him up now. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, because Bean got another position. He got brought higher up, so he's going to have more decisions to be making. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to play this out with the new regime in there.